You know, I'm going to give you a history lesson.
We got some dumbass motherfuckers floating around this country.
Start laughing! And when I do, start fucking.
Also, y'all did some nasty-ass jokes on my ass, too.
Funny jokes and unfunny jokes come out of the same birth.
You fucking guys are unbelievable.
Why are you laughing?
Evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Why Are You Laughing? A history of comedy podcast. And today, I am pleased to introduce to you Mitch Hedberg's Mitch Altogether, his 2003 album, which I don't know if I would say it's his most popular work, maybe second. I think most people probably discovered him from his Comedy Central Presents, which famously now, I think, like at least in comedy circles, people talk about it a lot. It was a bomb, just a complete bomb that was edited together to be this amazing half hour.
It was unbelievable.
And what's interesting about Mitch Hedberg that I think is different than other one-line comedians is he will sit in the bombing sometime. We'll see it in this album as well, where he'll be playful with that. You can hear a lot of his insecurities. Like there's an amazing. When I went back and listened to this, there's a shocking amount of emotion in some of these one-liners. But I figured we haven't touched on Mitch Hedberg in years, since like maybe the first year of the podcast. We did a Mitch Hedberg episode, so I figured it was time to revisit him. And we couldn't do the Comedy Central Presents because Comedy said they're real sticklers over there at Comedy Central, as we found out last week. You know, they come and they showed up at Craig's parents' house and had their way with his mother and said, yours is next if you keep pulling this kind of stuff. And I said, fine, we'll do the album. I'm sorry. We won't, no more specials.
Sorry, Mrs. Oconee.
Yes. Yeah. So, you know, I apologize to Mrs. Oconee, a harmless victim. There was no need for all that, but we've learned from our mistake. I hope you enjoyed the This Is Not Happening episode. It was very difficult to get up, but if you want those past episodes that I've mentioned, then go to blindmike.net, where all of our archives are. See if there's any episodes you might have missed that you would enjoy. You can also check out the Blind Mike Project. We're live there every Sunday at 10 a.m. Subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, video, both places, or wherever else you get podcasts. And you can become a member for as little as $5 a month. You get early access to these episodes. You get them before the general public. And you also get bonus content back there on Patreon or for YouTube members. So consider doing that or support the show for free. We appreciate you either way for going to blindmike.net. Thank you guys for doing that. I'll be interested to see. This is only a 39-minute album. So I'll be interested to see if this is an episode where we go longer than the piece of work itself, which is always fun.
It's going to be down to the wire, I think.
People are like, they talk for an hour about a 40-minute album? It's like, sometimes. It's what we do. Sorry.
We break down the genius that is between the ears.
Yeah, if you didn't know Mitch Hedberg was funny, we tell you about it. But no, so Mitch Hedberg, I said this when we did the original Mitch Hedberg episode. What I think is interesting about a guy like Mitch Hedberg is I wondered in that episode, like if he had lived, would his career have gone the way of like Demetri Martin or someone like that? Or would he be revered as this legend? Now, I mean, Steven Wright has lived a long, full life with a similar body of work. So maybe that would have played out for him, or maybe people would have figured out the formula. I think Anthony Jeselnik is kind of dealing with that sort of middle road right now where people figured out the formula. And when he takes that long pause, you're like, all right, I don't know exactly what he's going to say, but there's going to be a dead kid at the end of it. It's going to be something shocking and that he's not supposed to say, you know? So that is the tough thing that a lot of these guys deal with. But Mitch Hedberg was able to transcend that and be in this pantheon of guys like Steven Wright and Rodney, who just had such brilliant lines and such brilliant observations. And you know, losing Mitch Hedberg when we did is kind of crazy because it was right on the cusp of social media. You know, we were not that far away from MySpace when he died, or MySpace might have been out when he died, I think, and being used by comedians. So like you're right on the cusp of clips going viral and everything, and his material is so perfect for that.
He would have been an unbelievable tweeter.
Yeah, he would have been amazing on Twitter, or even just his clips would have gone crazy, I think. And we said this when we did. I was trying to think if we've ever done another one-liner special, and I realized we had. We did Rodney Dangerfield, No Respect.
Yeah,
and very similar achievement goes on in this album, where like it's only 40 minutes, but as far as joke writing, he must have been fucking exhausted. Like there's so many jokes in here, and there in 40 minutes of this album, there are probably more jokes than most comedians cram into 2 or 3 albums. You know, like it is crazy the amount of writing he has to do, and not every joke works as he alludes to, which I kind of like that he plays with that as well. So let's get into it. Mitch all together.
Thank you. Thank you. Have they told you enough that we're recording a CD? So you can pick it up and not recognize your laugh. You won't even want to buy it because you've already seen it. So this is not the target market. Yeah. I have an old CD. See, this one will be in stores. The only way I can get my old CD into a store is if I would take one in and leave it. They say, sir, you forgot this. No, I did not. That is for sale. Please alphabetize it.
I say this about Brian Regan a lot too when we've done Brian Regan specials, where like you might think of like Regan just based on his personality and kind of the eccentric voices that he does, and all. You think like, oh, he's just a pleasant guy. But like if you're really listening and paying attention, there's a lot of contempt and anger and cynicism within what he's saying. And you can hear that in Hedberg a bit too, where like on the surface, he's just making these observations. But like you hear it that he comes out and he's like, did they tell you enough that we're recording a CD? Like you can tell whatever was happening in that room, he's annoyed by already. That they over prepared the audience that this was a CD recording.
Next, he gets into hotels.
Okay, and the one thing to keep in mind as we listen to a lot of these is like it really is, a slight rewiring of the brain. You know, you pull a couple chords here, a couple chords here. And Mitch Hedberg is just a drug addict that you're like, all right, buddy, whatever. You know what I mean? Like you've heard this sort of like yammering on the if you've ever ridden like public transportation, you've heard a guy saying shit like this that's like, 15 degrees away. But just Mitch Hedberg was able to articulate what he was seeing and what he was putting together, the connections he was making in his mind were so clear. So surprisingly clear for a guy who, could have been on heroin while he was doing this, but he's able to articulate it so well that you're like, fuck, why didn't I think of that?
I got a do not disturb sign on my hotel door. It says do not disturb. It's time to go with don't disturb. It's been do not for too long. We need to embrace the contraction. Don't disturb. Do not psychs you out. Do. All right, I get to disturb this guy. Not shit. I need to read faster. I like to wear do not disturb signs around my neck so that little kids can't tell me knock knock jokes. Say, hey, how you doing, nephew? Knock knock. Read the sign, punk. I met the girl who works at the DoubleTree front desk. She gave me her phone number. It's 0. I tried to call from here. Some other woman answered. I said, you sound older. My hotel doesn't have a 13th floor because of superstition. But come on, man. People on the 14th floor, you know what floor you're really on. What room are you in? 1401. No, you're not. Jump out the window. You will die earlier.
Again, too, like it's, and that's sort of the beauty of clean comedians also, where it's like, you don't think of how dark a thought that is, you know. His example is that if you leap to your death, it's gonna be you'll know you're not on the 14th floor, which is very funny. But just, like, all I could think of when I was re-listening to this album, like the idea that he looked at a do not disturb sign and was like, man, that's too long. Like, just, that thought is so interesting to me because it's so boring on the surface, but he's like, let me do something with that. It's observational comedy to this level is oddly like it's such a mix of lazy and brilliant. Like he has this ability. Let me just look at literally anything around me and come up with an observation. But so few people are able to do that it's just such a beautiful mix of those two qualities.
Comes across like someone who forgot to do their homework the morning it's due.
Right.
He's like on his way out the door, like, oh shit, what jokes can I write?
Yeah. If the smartest kid in class did that, you'd be like, oh, he read the book, obviously. You know, and that's kind of what Mitch brings to the table a little bit.
I don't know if it was this one, but I think it was the Comedy Central one. And he's talking about hotels there too, and he's like, I don't want to tell you where I'm staying, but there are 2 trees involved.
No, it was this one. Yeah,
yeah. Next we have recipes.
All right, let's hear him get into food.
They say the recipe for Sprite is lemon and lime, but I tried to make it at home. There's more to it than they act. Want some more homemade Sprite? Not till you figure out what the fuck else is in it. I like refried beans. That's why I want to try fried beans, because maybe they're just as good and we're wasting time.
You see what I mean? Like, it's literally, he's just looking around the room. Yeah. Thinking, what can I do with this? What can I do with that? And like Jerry Seinfeld would say this a lot, where he would say, like, the thing about Jerry's always telling you what the thing about comedians is, and it's these blanket statements, which is true to a degree, but it's not all I think it's a very select few, a very small sample size of comedians are able to do this. But Jerry would say things like, you know, we could just look at a water bottle and make it funny, like this seemingly completely boring object, and we'll make something out of it. I don't think that's true of everyone. I think it's like a very particular type. I don't even know, like, I think even Steven Wright and Rodney were different because Mitch Hedberg gets compared to them a lot, obviously, because the brilliant one-liners. But I think they are different. Like, Steven Wright kind of thought bigger conceptually, and Rodney had this lane where it was very self-deprecating. Mitch has this style, and I think like the Comedy Central Presents is a little more. It feels more like he left his house. This just based on the topics list that we're gonna go through, it feels almost like he looked around the room and was like, all right, what can I talk about next? Which is seemingly impossible to do. If you just locked someone in a hotel room or in their kitchen or whatever, and we're like, look around and come up with jokes, it feels like an undoable task, but he was brilliant at it.
But he continues here talking about food.
Okay.
I went to a pizzeria, I ordered a slice of pizza. The fucker gave me the smallest slice possible. If the pizza was a pie chart for what people would do if they found $1 million, the fucker gave me the donate to charity slice. I would like to exchange this for the keep it. Gotta have a drink here. I saw this wino, he was eating grapes. He's like, dude, you have to wait. I like to drink red wine. This girl says, doesn't red wine give you a headache? Yeah, eventually. But the first and the middle part are amazing. I'm not going to stop doing something because of what happens at the end. Mitch, do you want an apple? No, eventually it'll be a core.
There's a lot. I do think he does get away with more because of his delivery, though. Like, I think in different hands, some of these jokes would really fall flat. Like the wino joke. I think that is all. I think in a lot of settings, if someone just says that to you, you like roll your eyes. But like Mitch's delivery also carries a lot of this as well.
Yeah, because he sounds like he's always on LSD.
He does, yeah. I think I said in the first one, I called him like a jazz version of Steven Wright, which like that, just the vibe, the aesthetic, like everything about him does bring you into his world, and it feels like high thoughts. You know what I mean? Like because of his delivery, you're like, fuck, man, I never thought of. You almost feel high listening to him.
Next, we have Bomb and Recovery, which kind of goes to what you were saying.
Yeah, so this is what I really enjoyed about the album and what I like about Mitch. And even you hear in one of the intros we play on the show, there's a Mitch Hedberg line where he says, "Don't start liking me now," and that's from Comedy Central, where like he's in the room, he's bombing. So when you're watching that Comedy Central Presents, you're like, what is he talking about? You just think it's kind of a throwaway, like he said that on the road all the time. Like you don't realize he's bombing. And you know, I think Mitch was, especially because they would talk about like later in life, he would get on stage fucked up fairly often and things like that. So I think there were times where he would bomb, and it seems like he kind of like there's a little bit out of nervousness, but like he grew into being able to play with that very well, which I like that he leaves stuff like this in.
I've seen that Comedy Central. I think they released the extended version where it shows him completely bomb the whole.
I think
time.
you're right. Yeah, I think that is on YouTube or something. Yeah,
yeah, because they aired it on television actually, like back in the day, and I was watching it. I'm like, this guy, he's eating shit. He's sitting there. He sits down at one point, puts his hands in his head in his hands, and he's like, gee, what the fuck do I do?
Yeah.
And then he starts doing his old stuff, and they all start loving it.
Watching a legend bomb, I think, is a great study in how much delivery and timing matter too. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people will hear a joke and just be like, "That's a shitty joke," and it's like, well, it might just be that the person telling it was shitty. You know what I mean? Yeah, like I think you could have shitty jokes on paper be read by someone funny. It's kind of how they say. A great like for a TV show, a great cast can make a bad writing good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the writing for the show Friends, if you just took that, would be shit. But like they're all great sitcom actors, so they're able to present it in a way where it's enjoyable to an audience. You know?
Yeah.
I saw a guy juggling chainsaws. It was cool, but unless something needed to be sawed down, then it's just annoying. It's like, come on, Rick, can we use one? Track number 5 will not be chainsaw juggling. It will be this one. I was gonna have my teeth whitened, but then I said, fuck that, I'll just get a tan instead.
That's balls too, to be like, this one's gonna kill though. Don't worry, I got one in the chamber.
It is an iconic delivery.
Yes, yeah. There are a few Rodney, Norm, Mitch Hedberg. Like he's in the top tier of guys where like a bad impression, you know who they're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. You used the right word. He has an iconic voice, I think, and delivery.
There's like 7 of them total, and everyone else is kind of doing that.
Yeah, but what's crazy is I didn't even think to mention this. There's a guy that was on Kill Tony that's just like doing Mitch Hedberg, and that's like his career now. And I think like he has a podcast, and it's just like he claims he doesn't know who Mitch Hedberg is, but like he has the hair, he wears the glasses, he has the delivery. It's very weird.
That'd be like if that what's that guy on Kill Tony? The one that's doing like Dice impression.
Yeah.
It would be like him being like, "Who?"
That's what Hinchcliffe should do, is just bring back all the old every old comic. Have a guy do Rodney, you know.
Next we have Fish and Straws.
Yeah, so I just liked that like the chainsaw juggling joke like didn't really hit, and he's like, yeah, that's not going to be the track title.
It also sounded like he fucked up the delivery.
He did a little bit. I think I like that he called it out. And some of that, as often does in comedy, like it comes from insecurity, but it comes off as like confidence almost in a weird way.
Fish are always eating other fish. If fish could scream, the ocean would be loud as shit. You would not want to submerge your head. Nothing but fish going, ah, fuck. I thought I looked like that rock. I got 2 straws in here in case one breaks down.
Breaks down.
You know, crazy straws, they go all over.
Pause real quick. I'm assuming like it's a CD. We don't know what he's drinking, but I'm assuming it's like a drink with those 2 little straws, like the stir type thing.
Yeah.
Every time I get a drink with those in it, I think, why do they give me 2? Every time. And I've never added anything to that thought. You know what I mean? Like, it's a thought everyone has anytime you encounter that situation. And he thought, in case one breaks down, which is just, it's so right there, but like very funny.
It's a great way of putting it.
Yeah.
You know, crazy straws, they go all over the place. These fucking straws are sane. They never lost their mind. They said, we're going straight to the mouth. That fucker who takes a while to get there, he's crazy.
You see what I mean about being high? Like, it's just, there's a lot of high observations that he was much more articulate than any other, than your run-of-the-mill junkie, you know?
But next we have your favorite visual jokes.
Oh, good. Yeah, well, he does something funny with this. But also, like, pay attention to how, we were wrong. This might end up being a short episode. Pay attention to how short these clips are. You know what I mean? Like
1,200 jokes in each clip.
That's what's incredible about this, about comedy like this, and why people feel like it gets stale. And I had this problem. I tried to do, I guess I did do a review of Mark Norman's special on Patreon, and I didn't give it a grade. Usually I give it a grade or a score, and I didn't give it that one because I was like, I think I need to watch it again. I'm not exactly sure how I feel about it because it's a full hour of just rapid fire fucking jokes. And like in Norman's case, like some of them you hear on podcasts or you hear a version of them early because he works so much stuff out. So like, it's hard to even know, but to write that many jokes is a feat that other comedians are not doing. You know what I mean? Like, you give yourself so much time just with the setup, and Norman doesn't do that. Obviously you hear here, Mitch Hedberg, there's no time wasted on stage.
And that's just the ones that we hear. We don't hear the ones that get chucked away.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So like the amount of jokes that Mitch Hedberg must have tried for this to be the 40 minutes that comes out, it feels like impossible for him to get to an hour. You know what I mean? Like, to do a full hour, it's like, that's another 20 minutes of jokes like this length. That's great.
I bet way more bomb than work.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Especially before people knew who he was. I would think so. Yeah.
Hey, check this joke out. If you want to talk to me after the show, I'll be fucking surprised. I'm gonna have to have some liner notes for that joke. Like, during that joke, he points to the back, so people get the full experience. I'm gonna do a bunch of jokes that require the actual seeing me, and the CD will piss people off. Hey, what do you think of that shirt? Where the fuck, man? That's ridiculous. God damn, look at that haircut. You're fucking nuts, dude. Those people will not get the full experience.
I wanted to make sure to play that because I think most, if not every time we've done an album, I always mention, like, I wonder if the comedian is thinking of the listener. You know what I mean? Like, I wonder if they're taking into account, because there are some jokes. I think the last one we did was maybe Steve Martin, where there's a brilliant joke. I don't even remember this. I just remember that the payoff was that you can basically hear Steve Martin trip. Yeah. And it plays so well over audio that I was like, I wonder if that was purposeful, or if he was just like, I'm just going to do it, and however it comes out, it comes out. So I appreciated, especially being blind, I appreciated Mitch Hedberg being like, isn't it funny that I'm like making these hand gestures or whatever I'm doing, and the whole purpose of this is audio only. Like, no one knows what the fuck I'm doing up here. So that is the degree to which, like, he is observing things. You know what I mean? Like, It's just constant observation. Chris Rock has a quote that I'll paraphrase and butcher probably, but it's something to the effect of like comedians see everything and it's torture, like kind of like an ignorance is bliss sort of thing. Like comedians are constantly thinking what's funny about sad situations, or like taking the alternative route to whatever mundane conversation they're having, and that seems like an extremely like every little detail with a guy like Hedberg, where it's not just hey, I had a weird interaction at the mall today. It's the word mall he's thinking of, why that's weird.
Next we have travel.
Okay, let's hear it.
I want to hang a map of the world in my house. Then I'm going to put pins into other locations that I've traveled to. But first, I'm going to have to travel to the top 2 corners of the map so it won't fall down.
Just fucking brilliant.
It is a brilliant.
To travel to the top 2 corners of the map, and you feel him like looking at a map, thinking of that. You know what I mean? It's just these little things about everyday life that why would you think of that?
It's so, and there's 12 seconds.
Right. Yeah, like that's an amazing laugh. That's again, if it's released now, it probably has 300,000 views on Instagram and TikTok and whatever. And yeah, 12 seconds.
Unbelievable. Next we have new line.
Okay.
This is the one where he takes a line from the previous special and he just new tag.
Yeah. Yes. New tag. You're right.
Hey, this joke's on the first CD, but I added a new line, so I can't fucking rob you of this one. I got an ant farm. Them fellas didn't grow shit. I said, come on, what about some celery? You fuckers don't farm. Plus, if I tore your legs off, you would look like snowmen. That's the part that's not on the old CD. Hey, you can smoke in Minnesota clubs, right? Can you?
You can.
I can. Oh, who the fuck am I? Mitch Hedberg, that's right. I like to smoke a pipe because it's the punchline indicator. Whenever I take a hit of the pipe, you fuckers should be laughing. Not yet, though. I haven't said shit.
And I said, I mentioned on the episode we did about his life, like I kind of compared him to Demetri Martin, but what he has over a guy like Demetri Martin, and you kind of hear it, you hear it a lot in that clip. He has a vibe, like the way he carries himself. And I know he was like good friends with Doug Stanhope, but you get that feel like Stanhope, where I think there would have been like a cult around him. You know what I mean? Where like he would have ended up with a podcast where maybe it wouldn't have been the most successful, but like he would have had this cultish audience that lived their life like Mitch Hedberg. You know what I mean? Like he seems similar to guys like Stanhope and Attell in that way, where I don't know that Hedberg would have ever gone on to like mainstream fame, but he would have found success kind of where he belongs, like on the fringes,
Exactly. Next we got him breaking down some guy's cool laugh.
Okay, let's hear it.
Who's that guy who's got the cool laugh up here? I hope that fucker's mic'd. I hate for this show to go unnoticed. Only problem with having a distinctive laugh is I know exactly when you're not laughing. Oh, distinctive laugh doesn't think that joke was funny.
It's a cool laugh, like Danny Zuko.
They talk about that a lot on specials where there's like one laugh that kind of fucks up the entire taping because that person's only at one show. So you can only use like their version of the audio. Otherwise it fucks things. Like if you need any joke from them, you kind of need all of it. Otherwise it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
As far as editing goes. So I just liked hearing him call that out. And again, have an observation for it's his crowd work or off the cuff stuff is the same as his, like it's indistinguishable. You know what I mean? Like he's able to come up with this stuff. Like that's just how he thinks. I noticed this when I listened to We Might Be Drunk, with Marill and Normand, who are like influenced by Mitch Hedberg for like very different comedians, but there's like some level of influence from a guy like Hedberg, I would say. But you hear them like talking in jokes, you know, especially Sam, where like you can hear when he speaks, you're like, oh, he's working on something here. Like he's presenting this as a story, but like he's working on something. And it feels like Hedberg was a little like that because you hear him kind of talking off the cuff, but he's talking in a Mitch Hedberg joke sort of way.
Next we have attention span.
Yeah, I mean, I think this applies to a lot of people today, but let's hear it.
Oh man, I gotta do, as a headliner, I gotta do 45 minutes of comedy. That's a long time. That's a sitcom and a half. For Christ's sake. I've never seen a sitcom and say, I want to see that character for 15 more minutes. So I'm sick of myself, and I know some of you are sick of me already. It's a long time to stand up here and say, hey, listen to me, fuck, haha, don't talk or you'll get kicked the fuck out. I got a great job. I can talk for 45 minutes straight. If someone says one word, you're fucking out of here. That's too much, man. I'm not that cocky, goddammit. Go ahead, talk, but just use your hands.
There's a weird like confidence but vulnerability to him. Like I said, you can tell he seems humble. That, you know what I mean? Like he's like, I don't know why you would be expected to listen to me for a full 45 minutes. I'm not that interesting. When he's like one of the great minds in comedy history, you know?
I like there's like yeah, I'll kick you out. I'm sorry I said that. I didn't mean it.
but that's the thing about a lot of these guys is having observations that are ahead of their time, where why would you want to listen to me for 15 minutes longer than the length of a sitcom? I'm not that interesting. We're like I said earlier, right on the cusp of people only being able to tolerate something for 60 seconds, never mind 22 minutes,
Yeah.
And they talk. It's such a shame now. One of the great, most tragic thing as a comedy fan, a guy that, obviously thinks about it as often as I do doing a show like this. This is one of the most heartbreaking things I've ever heard in my life. Bert Kreischer changed the order of his special. Like he moved his closer to like 25 minutes into the special or something like that. And he said it's because Netflix told him that's when people start tuning out. So he wanted to keep their attention longer. And that was soul crushing for a couple reasons. A, to hear a guy be like, yeah, I don't really give a fuck about the art. I just do whatever keeps you watching longer. It seems like kind of a fuck you to everybody. But also the idea that like the average person is putting on an hour special and like, 20 minutes, half an hour in, they're like, all right, I'm done with this. It's disheartening that there's just a lack of appreciation for art. I feel like it's something to put on while you scroll through your phone. And I wish it wasn't that way, but I don't know if it's going to get any better. So
it's also like stand-up's not something you can be like, all right, I watched 20 minutes. I'll come back and finish it.
I hear a lot of people do. I shouldn't say I hear a lot of people do it. I've done it. Like I'll admit I've also done it.
I've done it, but it doesn't hit the same.
You're right. Yeah. I always, if I ever do that, it's like, well, I have to go back and start from the beginning in order to, especially if I'm going to critique it or anything like that, because you can't scroll on your phone. Like I said, listen to the amount of jokes we've played, and there's a lot we haven't played from this album. Like the idea that you're going to be on your phone or having a conversation with someone or whatever and pick up every joke and like where he's going with certain thoughts and things like that, it's just not going to happen. So like it is a shame that our attention spans have gotten that way. But like the point of that was that Mitch pretty much called that out in 23 years ago.
Next is writing jokes.
Well, this kind of goes to what we were talking about, like how painstaking this must be.
I write jokes for a living, man. I sit at my hotel at night, I think of something that's funny, then I go get a pen and I write it down. Or if the pen's too far away, I have to convince myself that what I thought of ain't funny. I walked by a dry cleaner at 3 a.m. The sign says, sorry, we're closed. You don't have to be sorry. It's 3 a.m. and you're a dry cleaner. It would be ridiculous for me to expect you to be open. I'm not going to walk in at 10 a.m. and say, hey, I walked by at 3. You guys were closed. Somebody owes me an apology. This jacket will be halfway done. Yeah, I bought myself a parrot. The parrot talked, but it did not say I'm hungry, so it died.
It's so random too.
It's totally random. There's no through line. There's no reason why that's after the dry cleaning joke. It's just these random, completely random thoughts, it seems like. But yeah, like I wanted to make, I mean, I think mainly I left them in because they're brilliant jokes. But like part of the reason I wanted to leave that sorry we're closed joke in after the writing thing is that I think it just shows exactly what we were talking about, where like he walks by a sorry we're closed sign and he's like, that's something. You know what I mean? Like on podcasts now, you hear a lot of comedians, like one will tell a story and the other will go like, that's a bit, you might have something there. Mitch Hedberg will look at a sign and be like, I think I got something here.
In my head, he's high as fuck, right?
Yeah.
And he reads the sign and goes, that's okay. And that's the joke.
Right. Sorry, we're closed is all he saw. And he's like, there's something there.
He can hear words, so he has a conversation with it.
But that is like, he's kidding, obviously. But there's got to be something just exhausting about that process where, like, you know, it seems like everything you encounter is a potential joke. So you do have to at times be like, yeah, I'll probably come up with nothing and just move on. You know what I mean? Like you said, like how many jokes bomb that don't make it on the CD or whatever. How many brilliant things did he just think that we never heard? You know what I mean? Like how many amazing observations did he have that like just never made it out of that skull?
We'll never know.
Yeah.
Next we have fans.
All right, let's hear about his beloved fans. Oh no, I forgot. I was trying to think of what it was, and now I just remembered. Let's hear it.
Every book is a children's book if the kid can read. I got an oscillating fan at my house. The fan goes back and forth. It looks like the fan is saying no.
He's high all the fucking
high as shit. Like that is the highest thought I've ever heard. It looks like the fan is saying no.
So I like to ask the questions that a fan would say no to. Say, do you keep my hair in place? Do you keep my documents in order? Do you have 3 settings? Liar! My fan fucking lied to me. Now I will pull the pin up. Now you ain't saying shit.
It's the highest thought like ever.
That's the highest guy on the planet. That's one where, like, if you gave it to a high character on a TV show, well, you're like, well, the people don't talk like that. Come on.
We found one. Next, we have machinery.
All right.
As an adult, I'm not supposed to go down slides. So if I end up at the top of a slide, I have to act like I got there accidentally. How'd I get up here? God damn it! I guess I had to slide down. Whee! That's what you say when you're having fun. You refer to yourself and some other people. I'd like to see a forklift lift a crate of forks. It'd be so damn literal. Yo, using that machine to its exact purpose. That machine has been misunderstood for years.
There is also, like, again, it's about the setting also, the delivery, the timing, all of that, where it's like, if a guy was saying this to you, you know, just out to dinner, you'd be like, all right, man, I got it. It's lifting, no, a forklift, I understand.
Here, take a couple bucks.
Sir, leave us alone, please. Don't hurt us.
Next, we have crowd reaction.
Okay.
I've never stayed at a bed and breakfast, and I don't think I would, because I figure you stay at a bed and breakfast, by the end of the day, you start to get hungry. Is that all you got around here? Then you need to direct me to a chair lunch dinner. I'm gonna open up a chain of chair lunch dinners, put them right across the street from the bed and breakfast. Say, come on over about 1. But you have to leave at 11, because you're not sleeping in the fucking chair. We're gonna have to sweeten some of these jokes. You know what sweetening is, right? That's a showbiz term for add sugar to. Anyway, I was in Ireland performing, and that's right. That's why I left, because fuckers go woohoo, and I got sick of that shit. I can't take woohoo anymore, and I'll be goddamn if they're not here too.
I do like that he lives so, and like I said, it's insecurity, but like he handles it very well, where just playing with the idea of a joke bombing. He's like, we're gonna have to sweeten some of these, almost like he's threatening them. Like, you better start laughing. There's gonna be work to do.
I feel like that's just him talking to some producer, and he's like, take notes.
I know.
But we are at the closer.
Wow. Like I said, it flew by.
It's longer than the special.
Did we make it longer than the special?
We did.
Oh,
by like about a minute right now.
Our tradition stands the test of time. But yeah, like this is one, and Craig says this most times we do a comedy special where he's like, oh, this is gonna be one where we're just like, oh yeah, this is great. And usually we find a way. You know, usually we analyze. This kind of was that. Where we're like, remember Mitch Hedberg? He was good. So just go listen to Mitch altogether. It's too late for me to say that now, but let's hear the closer.
Hey, you know what keeps me from acting? Fucking auditions. But I got to be in a movie. I had a small scene in the movie. But I got to act with Peter Frampton. He was in the movie. And we had to smoke pot for our scene. But it was fake pot. Do not buy pot on a movie set. But I got to smoke fake pot with Peter Frampton. That's a cool story. It's as cool as smoking real pot with a guy who looks like Peter Frampton. I've done that way more. Now, Peter Frampton is a musical legend, but I don't know his music. So when you meet a legend and you don't know his body of work, you have to divert from that fact. Hey, Peter Frampton, do you like toast too? Yes, as do I. It's warm and crispy. And a perfect place for jelly to lay. Now stay away from me, Frampton. I ain't got shit to say to you. You know, I'm sick of following my dreams, man. I'm just gonna ask where they're going and hook up with them later. That's right. That's right. Get some applause on that CD. Thanks a lot. Have a good night. All right, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate the laughs, man.
And that was it. They finally, I you know what? I should have counted the amount of jokes in this special because it is crazy. I mean, it's at least a couple of minutes, you know? Like, there's got to be at least 80 jokes on here, which is fucking nuts. But yeah, like, I also think that's part of it too, where like if some of these, and you see it happen with like guys like Norman now as well, where people are like, oh, this joke bombed. That means he sucks. It's like, no, look at the sheer output, like the quantity of constant, like this guy is constantly trying to entertain you. Do you have no appreciation for that?
So he was so thankful at the end. He's like, thanks for the laughs, man.
He seemed like a genuinely humble, nice man. Like this is from someone that obviously never met him or anything, but like just like his public persona at least did seem very, very pure. And a sweet boy he seemed like on stage, especially when he would get insecure and talk about needing to sweeten the laughs and things like that. But yeah, this is basically just a Mitch Hedberg appreciation day. I figured we have it. He's one of the greats. We did an episode about him so early on that I wanted to, touch base with him again, an old friend,
I asked Grok how many jokes are in this special, and there's an estimated between 100 and 150.
Like, that's nuts.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? And like Chappelle's latest special, there are 2.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. So yeah, shout out to Mitch Hedberg, one of the true greats, a true legend. And you know what might have put his name in my mind is that Carlin mentioned him in one of the clips I found for the episode a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Where Carlin said one of his favorite young comedians working at it, this is the late 90s. He said Mitch Hedberg and Lewis Black were 2 of his favorites. And I think I said that Mitch Hedberg and Lewis Black would combine to make George Carlin.
That's right. So look out, Lewis Black next week.
Yeah, maybe. But thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope this added something to your Mitch Hedberg listening experience, and you go back and check out more of his stuff, more of our stuff, which you can find at blindmike.net. It's what Mitch Hedberg would have wanted, I'm quite sure. But see if there's any other episodes you may have missed in the past that may pique your interest. And I would also say I recommend this. If there's episodes that you're not sure if you're interested in them, old timers like Carl Reiner or the Three Stooges or Charlie Chaplin, any of that shit, Fred Willard, we've done some obscure episodes. I would say check those out, see if they interest you, because a lot of times those are my favorite episodes. I think the Three Stooges episode might be the best episode we've done.
It's the best.
Because your story is so crazy.
The story's crazy. It was kind of like how we watched Quincy.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, it was just fun.
Yeah, so if there's any episodes you'd be curious to learn more about, go through the titles of Why Are You Laughing? YouTube, Spotify, wherever else you get podcasts. We're available everywhere. And you can become a member on Patreon or YouTube, and you get early access and bonus content. We appreciate you guys doing that. And if you're hungry, I hear those bellies rumbling.
Yeah.
Go to verygoodchow.org. No, I'm sorry. That's not
Verygoodshow.org.
Yes, go to verygoodshow.org to get Very Good Chow.
That's right.
The newest craze. Mitch Hedberg died so that he wouldn't take over TikTok in order for Very Good Chow to thrive. There's room for Very Good Chow on TikTok now.
Yeah, at Very Good Show on TikTok.
Yeah, check that out. And Craig's new cooking show, if you're wondering what we're talking about. And
they all know, trust me.
I know. I feel silly. All right, that's it. We will talk to you guys next time on Why Are You Laughing?
Zip it up and zip it out.